yeah, starting a motorcycle YouTube channel. What do you need to know? Let's get to it.
Revelator Alf.
Hello, welcome to Revelator Alf. Hope you enjoying the channel. Please subscribe and hit that bell, like and share, leave those comments, and check out the website at revelatoralf.com. So in this video, I'm talking about starting a motorcycle YouTube channel and the kind of things that you need to know. So first of all, lots of people would say, well, if you've got a motorcycle YouTube channel, you need a motorcycle. Well, actually, you don't. It really depends what kind of channel you want to start off with and what kind of topics that you're going to be discussing or showing. So let's say you're going to be doing lots of motor vlogs, then you need to have a motorcycle to do the motor vlogs. If you're not going to be doing motor vlogs, you're going to be talking about motorcycle workshop type things, then it really depends what kind of things that you're going to be talking about. If you're going to be talking about stripping carburetors, for example, then you don't need a motorcycle, you just need the components which you're talking about. Also, if you're starting a motorcycle YouTube channel about motorcycle news, for example, talking about the latest motorcycle that's come onto the market, talking about the latest motorcycle tech, the latest motorcycle gizmo, for example, whatever it is, then actually that's separate from riding a motorcycle. So that's a totally different thing. So you don't need a motorcycle straight away to start a motorcycle YouTube channel. You just need to be able to talk about or discuss or show motorcycle related content. So that's the number one thing. The idea is that you select what you want to talk about, what your channel wants to be about, and then you start making content about that. Okay, the next thing is obviously then to open a Google account and then open a YouTube account as well. And then name your channel what you want it to be. Now, it doesn't have to be hard and fast here because you can change it later on. But if you can come up with a title of your channel straight away that may be related to the content that you're going to make afterwards, that's absolutely fine. Bear this in mind, if you want your audience to recognize you rather than the motorcycle related content, then you may want to think about just having it as your name as well. So there's no hard and fast rule here. Either have a motorcycle related name or your name that is going to be specific to you. Okay, so the next thing you want to think about is what kind of recording equipment that you're going to use. You're going to be making videos, right? So you need to have some kind of recording equipment. Now, right now, I'm recording on 3 different cameras. Now, the first camera, which I first started off with, is one of these. It's a Drift camera. And this Drift HD camera, okay, shoots in 1080 HD. And I've also always had a GoPro Hero 4, which I shoot a lot of my motor vlogs with. And I've just gotten in for a GoPro Hero 7, which you can see there. Now, many people would ask, well, why don't you just go for a GoPro 8 or the very latest action cam that you can? It really depends how much money you've got and how far down the line you are in making your videos as well. But there's no reason why you just can't start making videos, motorcycle related content, just with your phone, especially if you're not motor vlogging. Now, when you come to motor vlog, then you'll need some kind of action cam, a GoPro or Drift or whatever it is, or any other make out there. There's lots of different makes out there, so you get the make, whichever you choose. Then you're gonna have to sort out the mounting, either on a helmet or on the bike. So then you're gonna have to get footage of whatever you want, then edit it all together, and then try and come up with a video. So you don't have to start off with really expensive cameras, but you need to have cameras that are going to work for you, either in a motor vlog sense or getting action shots or just getting studio shots or workshop shots. That's going to work for you. You can start off really cheaply just with an iPhone, for example, or smartphone, or you can just buy used cameras that will work just as well. As long as they work, as long as they shoot in minimum 1080, that's fine. 24, 25 frames per second, if you're going to go that way, that's absolutely fine. There will be lots of people out there, or lots of YouTube channels which actually tell you to shoot in 4K and 60 frames per second and all this kind of stuff. That's stuff you will learn, and that's you'll decide whether you really need it or not. But just shooting in standard format 1080 and also 25 frames or 24 frames per second will work absolutely fine for the most part, especially on YouTube. And most YouTube content is viewed on a phone as well, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so the next thing to think about is audio, actually capturing the sound. Now, on many cameras, let's say, they have built-in microphones and they work reasonably well, especially if you're in a closed environment. But they tend to pick out ambient sound rather than directed sound. So some of the newer cameras will have really good microphones that are directly to the camera. Sometimes you'll have an external microphone like this, like a lapel mic here, and then you could either record that on your smartphone and then upload it to your computer and then edit it later into your video software. The easiest way, of course, is record video and sound at the same time, and you can do that with your action camera, let's say, or even with your smartphone, of course. The big problem with that is wind noise. So as soon as you step outside, you're likely to get wind noise. Now, some may not mind the wind noise, but if it really interferes or it makes it hard for people to hear what you're saying, then people would turn off straight away. So avoiding wind noise is a big thing, especially on windy days. When you're doing motor vlogging, then that is a real challenge to avoid that. So having a good helmet setup and then having and one of these lapel mics actually hidden into your helmet will really help with wind noise. But having good sound on your videos that is clear, concise, and they can hear exactly what you're saying, and it blocks out a lot of the ambient sound, is going to be really good as well. Obviously, it depends what kind of videos you want to make, but of course, you know, sound, clear sound is going to be the one that most people will either continue watching a video because of decent sound, or it will make them turn off straight away because it's really bad sound. Okay, so but you don't have to invest in really expensive microphones. There are lots of reasonable, very reasonable price microphones, or very cheap ones on places like Amazon or eBay, stuff like that. Same with cameras. You can get all that stuff on Amazon and eBay relatively cheaply as well. But you don't have to start spending big to start getting a motorcycle YouTube channel. Okay, so the next thing is, what kind of motorcycle content should you start making, and how often should you upload, and how do you keep on coming up with the ideas? So there are various ways of doing this. You either have to try and be topical, try and think of things that people are talking about at the same time, come up with titles that people are going to search for on YouTube, because YouTube is a big search engine, just like Google. They're the two biggest search engines there. So when people search for how to ride a motorcycle, it's going to pop up with a blog or a video or something like that that is titled in the same way. So having a title that kind of has that search criteria, and everything else within the video, the description and what they call the tags and everything like that, that is all there to help YouTube trying to file and catalog your video. You got to understand there's going to be millions and millions of videos published annually across the world, and many will have very similar titles to you. So you've got to try and make yours appear first in the ranking order, and when people search for that, your video will pop up for people to view. If you're going to make video content that is very specific to you, let's say you went riding on a motorcycle trail, for example, and you really loved it, and it was something like, I went riding on a motorcycle trail, look at this fantastic view. Nobody's going to be searching for that. Very few. Unless you're a really famous person, then people are going to be interested in what you're doing rather than your content being searchable. So Most people in this world are not famous, they don't have celebrity, whatever. They don't have a huge social media following. So they're going to be searching for content rather than searching for what you're doing. So that's something to consider. Make content that people want to find out about, that it's searchable, that's going to be helpful to them. It's like a how-to video: how to fix your bike, how to fix a carburetor, how to change your motorcycle tire, how to ride your bike. Lots of how-to videos. Certainly when you're starting off, build up that kind of body of work. Then also specialize in a particular motorcycle. If you ride a motorcycle, start becoming the expert, if you will. Start getting into your motorcycle, start fixing things, coming up with solutions for that particular bike, because then people will be searching for that bike for a solution to a known issue with it. Then start talking about motorcycle topical issues, motorcycle tech, motorcycle gear, that kind of thing. It really depends what you want to create. But also you've got to make it individual to yourself as well. You've got to be that kind of person that really wants to discuss and share information as well. Try not to copy or imitate what other people are doing. Come out with your own style as well. But it's very easy to just copy what somebody else has been successful at, but that doesn't always work. That doesn't always translate into making a successful video as well. It's an ongoing challenge, no doubt. People will have really good videos and nobody will ever see them. Somebody else will make a really poor video and it will just hit, and it hits all the right criteria, and it will be very popular. So you've just got to keep on sticking to, you know, making searchable content, making decent enough quality video that is clear, that has a beginning, middle and an end, and then people will want to hopefully watch and hopefully want to share as well. But also the key thing is it's got to be valuable or entertaining. It's got to help somebody in some way. People want to search for something and they want an answer for it. So if people are searching for this video, how to start a motorcycle channel in 2020, I'm giving you a few pointers of what the kind of things you need to be looking at initially anyway. Okay, so that's it. That's motorcycle content. You have to keep on coming up with ideas. You have to try and be relevant, and you have to try and be specific to a particular bike initially, or a particular kind of lifestyle that you want to show off as well. And then you start expanding from then on. But initially you want to have lots of how-to videos just to draw in an audience. And then you need to start engaging with that audience to try and build up a kind of community as well. There's lots and lots of things involved in YouTube, and this is something that you're going to have to keep on building on and learning day by day. Okay, so the next thing you really want to start considering is how you organize your YouTube channel, how you then share all that content onto social media, and also how you then have a safe place which is away from YouTube to then direct traffic to as well. The name of the game here is to try and make your videos as popular as possible, or most widely known as possible within your social networks, if you like. If you've got a very big social network, then just keep on sharing it to all your social networks. Keep on sharing it to as many social media platforms that you have, and that will get the word out. If you've got, let's say, Facebook groups that you're part of, as long as your video can bring some kind of news or some kind of value to that group, open a discussion, then share a video to it. But obviously get the admin's approval for you to do that first of all. But don't bombard these groups with your videos, because you're kind of just filling up the timeline with your videos as opposed to just being productive and a valued member of that group as well. So again, it's all about being valuable and bringing value to a group. So share your content, especially on your own pages. Just keep on sharing it so people will always know where to view it. Hopefully you can build up an audience on YouTube as well. But you also want to set up a website as well, like a blog site in preference, so you can share all your newly released videos to your website. but also your website can hold extra information as well. Add extra information that maybe YouTube won't let you share as well. So you can have a private area, let's say, that you can direct people to from your video to your website, and then you can get extra people there, extra content there, and another audience, maybe a different type of audience who may also want to watch your videos as well. So then you've got multiple platforms to either share your videos or to grow your videos or to grow content as well. So that's something to consider. And the final thing is, really, if you're going to start a motorcycle YouTube channel, then no matter what content you're making, you've actually got to enjoy making the content. You've got to actually enjoy the process of making videos as well. You know, it's so easy to make motor vlogs, for example, and just keep on filming lots and lots of motor vlogs, and keep on uploading those daily. That's great. But at some point, if they're not bringing any value to anybody, if they're not interesting to anybody, or they're not even entertaining in whatever way you think, then you won't really get much of an audience. If that becomes a real challenge to you, then you may not even enjoy making the videos as well. So making the videos, learning more about video, about audio, about how to structure a video, how to give it a good title, all this kind of thing you will be building up and learning. And each video that you make, or each batch of videos that you make, you kind of want to keep on evolving and developing as well. And it's a never-ending story. You can get as big as you like as a YouTube channel, but you always want to keep on trying to build on from that as well. Never just sit back and just accept what you have, and never just think, well, I've achieved whatever I can achieve, because there's always something else to learn, and there's always something else to experiment with as well. So if you want to start a motorcycle channel in 2020 or any other year for that matter, then just focus on getting decent video, decent audio, creative content, whatever it is. Try and make it regular and consistent. Make it searchable content as well. And share that content to your social media and to another website as well. And then just keep on trying to evolve as a motorcycle channel. But most importantly, always love what you're doing. Don't make the videos just for either making money or trying to build up a massive audience and that's all you care about. Actually, the number one thing is just to enjoy the process first of all. And yes, making money perhaps might be an issue later on, but also building an audience, that's going to be a key thing for you as well. But always remember to enjoy what you're doing first of all. Anyway, if you want to know more about a motorcycle channel, about motor vlogging, about helmet setups, let us know in the comments below, and I'll probably make some more as well. But here's just initial few pointers about starting a YouTube channel. I hope you found that useful. There are lots of videos on YouTube which can help you with general YouTube channels and growing YouTube channels as well, of course. But if you want to know about specifically motorcycle YouTube channels, then I'll start creating some for you as well. But anyway, check out all the playlists as well for the varied content that I produce. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share, leave your comments, and check out the website revelatoralf.com. And I'll catch you again. Bye now.